It's time for a cup of coffee with Will and Chris at Slumberland Furniture. From Slumberland Furniture in Osage Beach, here are your hosts, William Holtz and Chris Schneider.
I hope you guys are ready for a big time show this week. It's a cup of coffee with Wild Will and Uncle Chris right here from Slumberland at the lake. And Uncle Chris, you know, we could talk about what everyone else is talking about, Will Smith and Chris Rock, but really, who stinking cares? I've seen so many people have an opinion about this, and it's like, really, do we not have more important things? Like, is the Bagnell Dam Bridge ever going to open? How about the local election coming up on Tuesday? And we got some really good people in our community, including COMC. We're going to have a special guest. We're going to talk about the important things. Who stinking cares about the Hollywood elites anymore, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That was all a fake setup anyway, man.
Probably.
Yeah.
So right here on Cup of Coffee with Will and Chris, we'll have that. We'll also talk about the Final Four. How is the Lake TV staff doing as we look at the final few games for the NCAA March Madness tournament at Northwest Missouri State?
How about them?
Winner.
Wow.
Chicken dinner. I know Kevin Hornick is real excited about that. We'll have that and more on this week's Cup of Coffee with Wild Will and Uncle Chris after this.
Hey everyone, Daryl Cunningham with Slumberland Furniture at the Lake. We're still in the middle of our fabulous financing sale. What does that mean to you? It's a pretty unique sale. You get to take 20% off of Slumberland low prices, but then you also get to do interest-free financing for up to 60 months. Come see us at Slumberland at the Lake, where we're bringing happy home.
Here at Slumberland at the Lake, they've got you covered. And man, we did photos here a couple weekends ago, and you're going to start getting to meet some of these great people at Slumberland, whether it's the warehouse, delivery drivers, some of their sales team. I mean, we got some cool stuff. So make sure you guys plug into Slumberland at the Lake's Facebook page. For that, we'll be doing some cool giveaways as well. All right, first local story, Uncle Chris. There's big time local elections coming up next week.
Yeah, here we go. Next Tuesday, all right, that's April 5th. Election day, and again, in Missouri, you really have to pay attention.
Right.
Because Missouri has elections all over the board. I mean, you got these in April, you got more coming up in August, I think. And then, of course, you usually have the big November elections, you know, that are national. So this is one of them. This is for city aldermen, city mayors, school boards, really huge stuff. The one thing we've learned the last couple of years about politics is if you don't get involved, if we don't get involved, then we get railroaded and the country is just gone, right?
Yeah, and
you have to get involved.
And the power of small local municipalities and elections is proving lately to be super important. And although the national feel is what everyone likes to focus on, but when you look at the facts, it's your local officials, it's your local municipalities that really affect our day-to-day. And so these are big. You mentioned, you know, you've got Osage Beach City Mayor, the incumbent John Oliver Rees, being challenged by Michael Harmison. That's a pretty big one there. You've also got a few alderman spots in Lake Ozark. You've got the Camdenton School Board. You've got the Osage School Board. So some huge issues are on the ballot this Tuesday. And so make sure you're registered in the proper county. Make sure that you find your polling precinct, and you make sure, because the time on Tuesday is 6 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Yep. That's when the polls are open, when you can go vote, but you need to know where to go to vote. You know, like where we vote, we go to a church that's in our area. That's where they do the local, but you know, it just differs from place to place. So you just have to find out where to go, where to vote, you know, what you need to take, if anything, and all that good stuff. And you can go online. You printed these up for us where they got sample ballots of who's on the ballot. So you can just kind of go, if you want to, go look it up even before you go vote to see what the ballot's going to look like and maybe who you want to vote for.
And Lake Expo's done a really good job of getting this out here. Of course, Lake TV, the Camdenton and Lake Erie Chamber of Commerce, we had 2 nights of forums a little over a week ago, and those forums are still available in their entirety on Lake TV's Facebook page. You can see the different candidates that are putting their name on the ballot, and like you said, Chris, these sample ballots are out there. You could do a simple Google search, is how easy I found these. Camden County April 5th elections, and they were right there. So you're able to find those online, but do your research, watch these forums, and find out about these candidates that are putting their name on the ballot, are sticking their neck out there and trying to make a difference, and find out who you think would be a good fit. These are big elections.
These are big elections. They're all big now, with the state of the country, but it's so easy. If you didn't see the candidate forums where we had all of the candidates in these different elections come on and tell us what what they're doing, what they're thinking, what they want to do. All you got to do is go to YouTube, do a Lake TV, bring up the Lake TV channel, and they're right there. You can watch them. And I think they're also on Lake Expo, right?
LakeExpo.com's broken each individual one down and posted that as a separate article. Makes it a little easier for you guys to maneuver those. So check those out. And again, Tuesday coming up is local elections, so make sure you're ready and get out and vote. All right, next local story. Chris, we talk about them pretty often here on our show, but Central Ozarks Medical Center is such a huge service to our community, and they're growing rapidly. Of course, we know about the Lori Full Service Clinic that's going to be opening in June of this year. That's going to be huge. They're Richland, they're Eldon, they're Camdenton, they're Osage Beach. They're expanding, and we're excited to announce that you're getting ready to sit down and talk with Dr. Michael Kirkover. He's family practice OB sports medicine, and you get to catch up with him after this word from COMC.
What is COMC? A health center where everyone has access to high-quality, affordable medical, dental, and behavioral health care, regardless of insurance or ability to pay. Offering primary care, preventative, chronic, pediatrics, and OBGYN. COMC even offers comprehensive dental and same-day emergency care. A health center that focuses on every aspect of your health. Everything your family needs to stay healthy. At COMC, your health is our mission. And welcome back to A Cup of Coffee with Will and Chris. We're, of course, here at Slumberland Furniture. Got a special guest with us this week. It's Dr. Michael Kirkover from COMC. So, Doc, thank you for stopping by. We
Thanks
appreciate
for having me,
it.
Chris.
Yeah, good to have you here. So now, as we mentioned, you're with COMC, Central Ozarks Medical Center. They're all over the place. They're in Osage Beach, Eldon, Camdenton, coming to Lori. So where are you located at?
So currently I'm located at the Camdenton campus.
Okay.
So right off of Route 5.
Route 5. So then that would be North 5, north of downtown.
Correct.
Okay, cool. What is your specialty?
So my specialty includes family practice with obstetrics and qualifications in sports medicine.
Okay, so family practice, you get to see a lot of families. You get to see mom and dad, grandma and grandpa, and the kids and everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yep. So we usually say from beginning to end, we see them all.
All right, and then you've got a sports specialty. So tell me about that. What does that entail?
So particularly for family practice, it's an additional year that's optional that you can really specialize and hone in skills on sports, but not only sports, musculoskeletal related injuries ranging from acute to chronic illness.
Right, because I mean that covers a lot of range. Sports injuries, it could happen while you're out playing, basketball if you're playing for a school or something like that, or you graduate, you're out playing tennis, or even if you're just like exercising and hurt yourself, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
So I'd say one of our biggest proponents right now are those weekend warriors that are just trying to get out and live life up to the fullest.
Right. Okay, so I would think you kind of have two separate injuries. You've got injuries that occur when you're out doing something, playing sports or exercising, but you've also got those chronic injuries that just, a lot of times like with backs or something like that, they come, you start hurting, and they just won't seem to go away. Can you help with that?
We sure can. So a lot of my practice deals with chronic injuries. We usually call them the overuse injuries. A lot of times they're soft tissue related, can last for weeks to months on end and really hold people back. So that's one thing I tend to focus on in my practice. Okay, so if they're dealing with that, do they contact you? They get in touch with you? Is that like the best way they can? Okay. So anytime, just call the clinic at Camdenton, 346-4446. Schedulers will get you on with us, and we'll get you seen and taken care of. Yeah, I seem to have that problem with my back, overuse of the couch, right? Sitting there too long. I think that's my problem. Right. So we want to keep people up, active, as mobile as possible. So, that would be nice, right? Yep. Yeah, that's what my wife keeps saying. Okay, so a lot of people are looking to improve their overall fitness these days, and that's
pretty important, really. Yeah. So what do you advise people in how to do that? How to go about that?
Exactly. So during clinic, I usually talk to people a lot about diet, lifestyle. So what we put into our bodies is just as important as the exercise component. And speaking of exercise, you look at the American Heart Association, the American Medical Society of Sports Medicine, all saying get out there, be active. So at least 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week is the goal.
Yeah, and there's, especially with the youth now, with gaming and the phones and stuff like that, a lot of times people will be on their phone or gaming indoors and not getting that physical exercise. You almost, I mean, when I was growing up, going outside and playing was just what you did. It's not so much anymore.
No, it's something that we fight on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, to get them out there, get them to do that. Another thing is, and since you deal with sports medicine, you probably see young athletes coming in. They want to get better at their sport. Can you play a role in that?
Sure can. So we see patients of all ages, all activity levels, all sports participation. Another thing we talk about a lot in my practice is sports specialization. So, really shouldn't be playing the same sport year round. You gotta give yourself a break. You gotta play multiple sports to get those cross-training goals in.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, that's the way it was when I was growing up. They've kind of gone away from that. Now trying to focus on just one sport or something like that, that's not necessarily the best thing for your body.
Right, exactly with these traveling teams that we have these days, so young.
Right, okay. So, here's a guy, Dr. Michael Kirkover, COMC. You're not scary. You're not like old and mean, right? So there's no reason why anybody should be afraid to give you a call and talk to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome to have them.
There you go. So again, give us the number. How do people get in touch with you?
Yep. So Camden Inn Clinic, number's 346-4446. Just feel free to call us. Receptionist will get you on my schedule and we'll get you taken care of and back out there.
There you go. It's Dr. Michael Kirkover, COMC, that's Central Ozarks Medical Center, where your health is their mission. Doc, thanks for stopping by. Good to meet you.
Thanks for having me, Chris.
You bet.
Do you know who KB is? Have you ever heard of KB?
No.
No.
Oh, yes. I've heard of KB, and I've known him for a long, long, long time.
Yeah, I've heard of that character.
What do you think of him? Is he a good guy? Is he somebody that you would, maybe lend $5 to, knowing you'd get it back?
Oh, sure, I'd do that. That's easy.
He's kind of a wild man at times, but he likes to work out and push a little iron once in a while.
That guy might be my doppelganger.
Wow. Yeah, you got this. You guys have the same haircut. You got the same beard. You're the same age.
Well, he's better looking and much more educated than I am, obviously. I could never get through medical school, but that was Dr. Michael Kirkover. Pretty cool. You got to chat with him, and it appears, man, he went a lot of schooling, and he was telling us, he could also do other things. He was just a few hours away from becoming a potential OBGYN. He's close. He could essentially. So you can see Dr. Michael Kirkover at the Camdenton location, family practice, OB, and of course a specialty in sports medicine. Reach out to their office and schedule an appointment with him. All right, so our next story, another local business that we love doing a lot for the community, Sunrise Movers, and I happened to see this post on their Facebook page, Chris, and I just thought it was pretty neat, and so this was written by whoever the admin on Sunrise Movers Facebook pages. You'll see these images I took off of their Facebook page. Today we got to go on a local adventure, paying it forward to one of Lori's hidden gems, Richard, a spunky, retired, 83-year-old well-known organist. Richard played for the American Royal and Equestrian horse races all over the United States. He started this passion at the young age of 7 with an accordion and was teaching his peers by age 12. Richard spent a rather large portion of his career playing in Des Moines and Arabian horse shows. In his more recent years, he was known for playing at a church here locally in Ivy Bend, which is right where Sunrise Movers went today. This morning, we loaded the organ and brought it to Richard at the Lori Knowles Assisted Living, where Richard would be able to continue to fire his passion. We're so happy that we had the honor of reuniting Richard with his organ and glad to give opportunities like this one to our lake community.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, you better be careful. You and I will start crying, but how cool is that? And there is something special about music and what that triggers intellectually and up in your brain and some of those things. I mean, and I'm sure this is going to be a big deal for Richard, and so we tip our caps to the guys over there at Sunrise Movers. Pretty awesome gesture.
We love Joe and Matt over there at Sunrise Movers. Just saw them at the recent Lake West Chamber Expo, and it's always fun when we get to sit down and talk with those guys. They're just genuinely good people.
And they've got a great success story of, both Stover, and you can hear that if you go to Lake TV's YouTube channel, Roku channel, and the Community Spotlight. They share some of that when Matt sat down with you. It's really cool, Chris, but, you said we saw with the Expo, not only did they just help Richard, they also were doing that car raffle to raise funds to put a vehicle in the hands of a needy veteran. So, I mean, they're continuing to do things like that. On top of that, they're the best thinking movers at the lake. So
absolutely.
We love those guys. Had to read that story, our last local story. Man, we didn't know if this was ever going to happen, but the Bagnell Dam Bridge looks like it may be set to reopen.
Yeah, greater deterioration than they had anticipated. That's what the workers they put out a video recently because so many people were wondering what is going on with a dam. When is that going to open up? So MoDOT did this video, put it out. Lake Expo did a piece on it. And basically what happened, because they started the work last September, they expected to be done by December of last year, and then it just kept getting pushed off. I mean, here we are, in late March, early April, and they're still working on it. But they say they expect it to be done hopefully by mid-April, so in the next few weeks, have that baby done. But basically, when they started tearing it up, the engineers found that it was more problematic than they thought. They had to dig out more concrete and pour more concrete to shore that thing up and everything, and that's what the delay has been.
So mid-April, hoping maybe that would be good because it's been a while. Definitely affected some of the businesses on the Bagnell Dam Strip, and it definitely affected a lot of people's commute to and from work. And especially after they changed that area past the dam off of 54, it'd be nice to be able to drive across the dam to and from Eldon coming into Lake Ozarks.
Well, and then another thing we've learned through all this is that it's actually a bridge over the dam. It's not the dam itself. It's a bridge on top of the dam, and that's only got about, they're saying 15, 20 years left.
Right.
And then they're going to have to figure out what they're going to do when you can no longer cross that.
Right.
Are they going to build a whole new bridge? What are they going to do? That's probably the next big thing.
I guess they'll cross that bridge when they come to it.
There you go. Absolutely.
That was cheesy, wasn't it? All right, on to sports and national stories. So bracket Final Four is set, and if you look at the Lake TV standings, really no surprise here. I had Ricky and Dave as probably being the most realistic to have a shot. You, me, and Andrew, I kind of put in about the same boat because we didn't really pay attention. And Annie and Megan, I just didn't know. The only person that still has their national champion left is Ricky. He's in the lead, as you see the standings there on your screen. But there is a way that Ricky could lose and I could win. I've got Villanova beating KU in the Final Four. I'd get 16 points and go to 72. Ricky would be done at 62, and Andrew would be done at 61. The only reason he's got a max 110 is if he were to get the 32 points for the national champion, which is the KU Jayhawks. And I don't think they're going to be there because Nova's going to take care of them in the Final Four, and I'm going to reign supreme. Ricky can't win.
Yeah, and I'm with you on that. The only problem is I think Villanova just suffered a big injury at the end of their last game, their last win. One of their starters went down with an Achilles injury, so he's gone, he's out. It'll be interesting to see how much that affects Villanova.
Maybe I'll go and sabotage the Jayhawks and cause them an injury of their own. So that's going to be this weekend, and Missouri, we mentioned that they hired Coach Gates last week, and we're ready for some winning basketball in Missouri. Well, we've already got it. Northwest Missouri State, for the third consecutive year, reigns supreme Division II national champions, and pretty exciting. Trevor Hudgens, you see him right there. The senior, he went like 19-0, or actually 17-0 in his career in the NCAA tournament.
Wow.
And never lost a game. How about the Maryville team, the Northwest Missouri State Bearcats? 3 in a row, 4 of the last 6. That's crazy.
And I was hoping Mizzou was going to hire that coach,
Yeah.
take over for the Mizzou program, just because he's a proven winner. It is college, it's a level down in college, but it's still college. So I would have liked to have seen that. I'm hoping the guy they did hire, this Dennis Gates from Cleveland State, I'm hoping he's the guy and he can come through. He did some pretty good things at Cleveland State, not great, but pretty good.
Dennis Gates, time to shine, baby. Mizzou's reigning supreme.
Let's hope.
Just like my Sabres, baby. On the lower end, we're turning it around. Ben McCollum, you're talking about, the head coach, Northwest Missouri State. Not only 4 national championships in 6 years. Never been done before at the D2 level. Never had anyone win 3 straight, and probably would be 4. The COVID cut short year in 2020, I believe it was. They were like 34-1 before there was no NCAA tournament. And you know who loves Northwest Missouri State?
Who?
Our buddy Kevin Hornick, and he sent us that Jack Stack barbecue we enjoyed together. Barbecue ribs, pulled pork. There was a corn casserole. There's baked beans, man. There was some chocolate lava cake. So, Kev, you're the GOAT. Thank you for your support of Lake TV and feeding our crew. And congratulations, my friend, your Bearcats winners again. So we were rooting for them, not just because they're Missouri, but because we really like Kev.
Yeah, he's a great guy, great people, great fans of Lake TV. That's absolutely fantastic.
And his girlfriend, kind of like me, way out of his league, Deborah. She's like, she's awesome, and she used to work at KRCG. So you may see these people one day at Lake TV. All right, last sports story. Last week, I was all excited about Juju Smith-Schuster. I was talking about Kelsey and Tyreek Hill and Juju and Patty Mahomes. And then, oh my goodness, the Chiefs do the unthinkable. They trade Tyreek Hill to the Dolphins. What's your reaction?
I think it's a great move from the Chiefs, right? Not because I didn't like Tyreek Hill, because Tyreek is greatness. I mean, that speed that he has, you can't match. It's unreal. It's unique. The thing is, the Chiefs were not going to be able to keep Tyreek after his contract ends after this coming season. He's just going to want too much money. The Chiefs were not going to be able to keep him. They were going to lose him anyway. So they trade him away, and they get, 5 draft picks, right?
They get a 2002 first-round pick, which is going to be the
22.
Yeah, which is going to be, 2022. The 29th overall pick. They're going to get the second-round pick, number 50 this year, the 4th-round pick plus 4th and 6th-round picks next year. And what the Dolphins are giving Tyreek Hill, this contract, it's $141 million, $120 million of new money, makes him the largest average non-quarterback in the NFL at $30 million average per year. Second is TJ Watt at 28.15, Devontae Adams at 28. And I guarantee you that Devontae Adams deal to Oakland and the money, or Vegas, and the money that Vegas shelled out for Devontae Adams changed the complexion of the wide receivers in the NFL, because Tyreek Hill goes, wait, I'm making what?
Yeah.
Putting up what kind of numbers? And so when that contract extension talk stalled with the Chiefs, I think it was a wise move, like you said.
Yeah.
Heartbreaking, because you think about Mahomes, Kelsey, Hill, and Andy Reid in this era in Chiefs football, probably the most successful era in Chiefs football ever. And one of those key components that so many Chiefs fans will forever remember is the cheetah. So Tyreek Hill, good luck in Miami. And man, thank you for everything you did for the Chiefs, because what an amazing specimen. Probably one of the most unique wide receivers we've ever seen play in
just
this league.
that speed sets him apart. But he made probably the most important catch in Kansas City Chiefs lore in the last 50 years.
Yeah.
And that was in the Super Bowl when they were down and just getting pummeled, and that big one long pass play.
The Wasp.
The Wasp that got everything turned around, started to turn it around. Otherwise, the Chiefs wouldn't have won that Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe they gave Patrick Mahomes the MVP. He didn't even play well that day. First of all, it should have been the running back.
Damian Williams.
Or then it could have been Tyreek just for that catch,
Right.
so.
It's a quarterback's league
Yeah.
anymore, but good for Tyreek. He's cashing in. He's going to be able to take care of his family. And I'm telling you, look out, the Dolphins. If Tua can progress this season, they have weapons for days
Oh, my gosh.
in Miami, and they have spent money on their line, on their defense, and I'm telling you what, offensively, Jalen Waddle, most catches ever by a rookie in NFL history last year for the Dolphins. Now you pair him with Tyreek Hill, not to mention Mike Gesicki, my buddy Fidel in Miami, diehard Dolphins fan. He's got something to look forward to next year with the Dolphins.
And the AFC West is going to be tough. It's going to be really hard for the Chiefs to win the division next year because the Chargers got a lot better and they've got a great quarterback.
Oh, the Chargers, they're unbelievable.
Denver got a lot better and they now have a great quarterback in Russell Wilson. The Raiders have gotten better and they've got a good quarterback.
Raiders probably got the most better in the division because, yes, Russell Wilson went for Denver, but with the Raiders, they brought on Devontae Adams, and then not a lot of people are talking about Chandler Jones on the defensive side. Only one player in the NFL has more sacks over the last 5 years than Chandler Jones. He is tough. That guy, of course, being T.J. Watt. But Chandler Jones is one of the best defensive players, and that's going to be a tough, not just division. The AFC as a conference, Chris.
Well, and I think the Chiefs have won like 7 division titles in a row or something under Andy Reid. That might be in trouble this year because they're just, that whole division is just stacked.
They need a really sure one running back. I don't think Clyde is it. I don't think Gore is it. I don't think Williams is it. I think they really need to bring in a top-tier running back.
And they need to shore up the defense.
That's the other place.
Yeah.
One player you could build around for KC, and then we'll move on. Nick Bolton, the rookie linebacker out of Mizzou. I mean, his ceiling is here, and in his first year, he was unbelievable. So, man, I'm just so excited for football season.
Yeah.
Right now I'm just clinging to my Buffalo Sabres, who, by the way, the other night, down 4-0. For the first time in 35 years, came back and won.
Wow.
6-5 in regulation. I was so excited. I thought I was going to pee myself. It scared the holy water out of me. It was greatness. Let's go, Buffalo, man. All right, so as you look at upcoming events around the lake, one we want to talk about, again, Sunday night, every Sunday now till May 22nd, with the exception of Easter. Sing Your Heart Out. 3 weeks in the books. We got our 4th one coming up Sunday night. And I'm telling you, we have had so much fun.
I'm telling you, this is the 2nd year I've been a judge. And last year was fun. It was good. We had some decent talent there last year. Sing Your Heart Out's fun because you get some people who come up and they're really good. And you're like, wow.
Don't say the second part of that.
And then you get people that come up and they really are not good, right? But you have a good time with it.
He's talking about my guest singing at the break. Not any of the contestants that might be watching. You're all wonderful, my friends.
But it's so much fun.
It's a blast, and we get some great people. And Ron's has added new menu items. They've got great drinks. And, of course, our sponsors, Roof Masters, makes that possible. So come out, sign ups at 6 o'clock. $100 cash to the winner each week. You get into the finals on the 22nd. That's a big $3,000 cash prize. So we're excited about that. That's going to be a lot of fun the rest of the way. We'll see you guys at Captain Ron's. As for what's going on Lake TV, Chris, we've got some great stuff running.
Yeah, we've got on the Community Spotlight show this week, it is episode 2 of the Shore Family Football Legacy. So the Shore family, Bob Shore and son Jeff Shore, have been coaching at Camdenton High School for almost 50 years.
Crazy.
So we figured we'd sit down and we'd get some stories from over the years, right? And believe me, they've got some stories. So there are 7 of these episodes. This is episode number 2 airing on the Spotlight show this week, and you can see that every day at 9, 3, and 7. It's a lot of fun.
And then, of course, What's Burning with Kevin KB Burns. Got lots of stuff in the works. Yeah, we're pretty excited. We got quite a few KB in the kitchen coming up. He loves getting back in the kitchen. We've seen him at Mamacita's. We've seen him at Papa's. We've seen him at Chances Are. We're going to see him at Blue Cat Lodge.
Nice.
Which is great. We were there together for the first time.
Blue Cat Tavern.
Blue Cat Tavern in Roach. And they had the dueling pianos and prime rib. And KB's going to get in the kitchen there and show us how to whip up some grub. He's also going to do that at Captain Ron's and Bear Creek Valley golf course and restaurant. And so we've got some major KB in the kitchen. You can look forward to that. And you and I, we're going to be starting our Wild Will and Uncle Chris Taste the Lake series here over the next couple of weeks. We'll be at a lot of those same places we just told you about, giving you guys our take. But one more time before we let you go, guys, I can't stress how important this election is coming up on Tuesday. Make sure you go online, find out where you need to vote, make sure you're registered, and look at those sample ballots. And if you need some information on some of these candidates, like I said, we've got those forums you can watch still on our YouTube, Facebook pages, as well as through lakeexpo.com. gmail.com. Before we go, huge shout out Andrew Evans, our DOP. He shoots, he directs, he does it all. He also edits and distributes Cup of Coffee each week. We love that guy. Can't do it without him. And also big shout out to Jill Ray and her crew here at Slumberland. Until next week, see you then.